All right, hey Scorpio, this is Tara from Tara's Tarot. I'm here with your July reading, and I'm going to, as it's a general reading, this might be a specific message for only some of you that really need it, but I'm going to try to look at all the different interpretations, but it's kind of coming through as like a specific situation. Okay, I'm just going to talk about a couple points to summarize this. I do offer private readings too. If you're interested, you can email me at tara@tarastarot.com or just look at the info below. You can book right below. Okay, so you guys, I'm a Scorpio rising, so this is probably for me too. There's something going on here. There's a lot of anxiety, I feel like, that you're going through. Something's on your mind, you're worried about something, and you might be triggered with a lot of fear right now. I feel like something's going on that you're not satisfied with. Something in your environment feels like it's emotionally disappointing or isn't bringing you happiness. And there's some element of something is shifting and in transition. I feel like you might have recently made a decision or been presented with different options, and maybe you don't know what decision to make. And it looks like that things are in a transition period. You might feel like you're not on solid grounds. You might feel worried because you don't know how things are taking shape. And on your mind seems to be about home life, marriage, family, resources, an estate, a business that you're, possibly deciding who to leave it to, or so something may be shifting around this secure kind of situation that you're kind of wondering how that's going to be affected here. I do see things moving forward in the outcome, and it's fated, so it's in alignment with what's meant to happen, but I feel like you're going to be kind of really reflecting and reviewing and gaining more wisdom and knowledge about this path that you're on. And I feel like the anxiety and fear, it's just that. It really is more just heightened anxiety coming from your mind and your thoughts. It's not like you're picking up on something that's actually happening or actually going to doom you or something like that, and you're getting that intuition. No, it's like coming from your own mind. And this fear that you might feel triggered by is just a fear. So I don't see anything coming up that you have to worry about. It's just, I feel like you're in a situation right now that is going through some changes, possibly. Okay, so let's go through this. Main energy. We've got this Nine of Swords. Okay, so this is coming up in the present or in the core situation of this month. So something's going on that's causing a lot of anxiety, maybe causing sleepless nights. This is just when our brain gets overloaded with irrational worry and it takes on a life of its own. So then we become a prisoner of our mind and our thoughts. Our thoughts are not real. We live in an illusion of our thoughts. Our thoughts are just tools for us to use to get us where we want to go, but in this case our thoughts have now taken on a life of their own and they're turning on us. Okay, so we want to make sure to keep our thoughts in perspective, to know when to step back and go, okay, who's in control here, me or my thoughts? Okay, there may be things that you're worried about that you need to deal with, but you can deal with them without this torturous constant worry. Now, coming up in your fear position, because this relates, I want to talk about this really quick, is the devil. So the devil's just fear itself, pretty much. The devil's the illusion that we could be hurt, we could be harmed, fear is real, and it's up to us to free ourselves from that, or it's up to us to allow that to have power over us, okay? So since this is coming up in your fear position, it's just a fear. You don't have to worry about this. So, but because it's coming up, it's the fear card and it's in the fear position, you're probably very, very triggered by fear right now. So thank God this is in the fear position, because you don't have to go through this soul experience right now. It's not like the devil's coming up in the situation and you have to kind of cross that bridge. No, this is just something you're fearing, that you're fearing having to cross that bridge. You're fearing having to have an encounter with this, whatever it is that's scaring you, but it is just a fear, okay? So it's really coming mostly from those fear thoughts and that paranoia and that anxiety. So you need to figure out a way to balance that and take a step back from that so that you can see with more perspective. Now, crossing the anxiety is the King of Swords. So this might mean that there's a decision that you have to make that you're worried about, that you don't know how to make the right decision, or it could be a decision that someone else is making that you're waiting for and it's causing you worry. Something about having to come to a mature, well thought out, noble, best for everyone scenario decision, okay? Because he's the king. He takes this seriously. He wants to think everything through, what's best for him and his people. Not even what's best for him, what's best for his people. So there's some kind of, I feel like, heavy decision at play here. Now, what's going on behind the scenes is the Two of Pentacles. So things are in transition. There's something, this is the juggling card. This is the energy where we have to be flexible and we have to work with the changing tides to get where we want to go. It's not stable yet. So because this is the foundational card, this could be the reason why you're also having fear being triggered, because things are not on firm footing right now. Things are going through the building phase. So that energy is, being moved from one place to another as this momentum increases to a solid form that can stand on its own. But right now, there's probably back and forth that needs to go on, maybe moving money between accounts, just in terms of stress level and energy you're exerting. I mean, it just can kind of feel like we're juggling a lot. Now, I feel like a new opportunity presented itself in the recent past, and that might be what this decision is about, because we've got the Seven of Pentacles here. So this is you're doing one thing, you're practically working on something, and then something else comes along and goes, well, you could do this too. What about this? Have you considered this option? And now you're like, well, now I don't know. I mean, I was kind of going on this course, but now I'm wondering if I should kind of change this a little bit. Maybe I need to reassess. Maybe I need to figure out what is the best way forward. What are all my options, and what do I want to do? How do I want to move this forward? So that leading into, what do I do? Anxiety, what decision do I make? Things are changing. Things aren't really that stable. And then hanging overhead, so this is what we think of on a conscious level, what we're aware of, what our thought space kind of is. We've got the Ten of Pentacles. So the focus here is about either a marriage, about a familial situation where your money is involved with each other, about passing a house to someone else or a mortgage. Maybe you're selling your company. The Ten of Pentacles is anything that is secure, stable. It's going to last the long term. So there might be, with all this shifting and new opportunities and new choices to be made, there could be something changing with that situation. And I feel like you're longing for, like, a level of, like, happiness or simpler times, or just wanting to be free, wanting to be pure, and this is you, Six of Cups. So this can be a couple different things, either, longing for that nostalgia, longing for that place and time, longing for a simpler time, longing for someone from your past, or being in that kind of space of innocence, purity, trust, joy, just being your true happiness, your true self. But since this Four of Cups is in the environment, I'm thinking that you probably are longing for that level of fulfillment, or some kind of genuine truth or connection. I don't think this, right now you're not really feeling emotionally satisfied with the context you're in. Now, things definitely speed up moving forward. Okay, so there's this decision, probably some confusion about what decision to make or anxiety. Moving forward in the near future, the energy definitely speeds up. So one thing I want to say, just be careful that you're not making a rash decision or an impulsive decision. Make sure you're not acting out of fear, okay? Because the Knight of Wands, everything kind of has a dual meaning. So this can be jumping in before you think things through, being very rash and then regretting it later, okay? Because this is a quick energy. It's no thinking, no planning. It's just, I want this, I'm going to go for it. That can be a good thing. So if it's supporting this situation for you, if you've thought long and hard about this decision, if you know this is the right thing to do, and you're free to now, move towards that, this can be supportive, but it can also be a caution to, sometimes we can be in that anxiety space and we're like, you know what, forget it, I don't even care, I'm just picking something, go. Don't do that, because that can be us just trying to get out of that mental torture that we're in. And that's actually a way that the fear can guide our actions without us knowing it. But we've also got the Eight of Wands here that was on the bottom of the deck. So this is definitely feeling like things move forward, things do speed up, things are heading towards some kind of conclusion. This card's all about exciting developments, exciting progress, things rapidly moving, rapidly coming together. So something is on its way. Something is happening. Now maybe after you make this decision, it's like all systems go and things start to unfold. Now as we get to the outcome, we do see progress moving forward. So we've got the Knight of Pentacles. That's a great energy. This is showing there's practical growth moving forward. It's slow and steady. There's no risk involved. It's really well thought out, well planned, and you're moving forward. It's a slow process, but that's good because you're building something solid. We do have the Wheel of Fortune in the outcome as well. So showing that on one hand things do move forward. There is this release. There is this forward movement, which we see with the Knight of Wands and Eight of Wands. So it is time for things to unfold. And the Wheel of Fortune is, that it's a major fated card. So it's that divine timing of things. Everything is lined up and this is what's meant to happen. Everything moves forward. You can't avoid this. So it's a good thing. Things are turning a corner and happening as they're meant to and unfolding as they're meant to. Okay, with that, now with this mental stuff and this decision to be made, we've got the Hermit and the Queen of Swords. So this is a lot of processing, okay? The Hermit is, it's time for, there's this significant meaning for your soul right now to go through this process of gaining wisdom, finding the answers for yourself. You're expanding your knowledge right now as we move to this outcome. So either this situation is teaching you and prompting you to kind of go on this inner path of self-reflection. Maybe as the situation shifts, you're kind of in a place of like, whoa, why did this happen this way? What is the meaning behind this? Where am I? Where am I going? But it's seeking and finding. It's time for you to gain more wisdom. It's time for you to become more enlightened. And this is that path that does that. So, as you're kind of, I feel like on this new path forward with the Wheel of Fortune and things are developing and moving forward, there's more wisdom to gain. There's new things to learn. There's And it might be, too, reflecting on what happened in this kind of whole process. Now we do have the Queen of Swords as well. So she's a decision maker. You know, she's not confused. She really gets to the heart of the matter. She discerns what to do, what are the facts. She doesn't let her emotions get in the way of making the right choice. She sees the truth. She knows the truth. So I feel like this whole confusion right now and anxiety is going to pass for sure. You're going to see how things are moving forward, and you're going to get to that truth. You're going to get to that badass queen energy, like, I got this. I know what's going on. You know, I see clearly. I'm not at mercy of this anymore. I'm in charge here. So I feel like that clears up for you. And I feel like this whole, you know, instability as we're transitioning to this new kind of form, this whatever is taking, there is this movement forward in the outcome. So yeah, so a decision has to be made, and it may be about you not being really happy and needing to choose a new direction, and then things start to, and there's this fear like, oh my gosh, but that's just a fear, and then things start to move forward, and then there's this reflecting time of like, whoa, what have I learned? Where have I been? Where am I going? So let's get a card from the Archangel Michael deck just to wrap it all up. This came right out. Okay, we got your home is protected by angels. So for a lot of you, this might be with the Ten of Pentacles there, the mortgage, the home, the marriage, the whatever, bills to pay, whatever it is that might feel a little bit unstable right now, it's okay. You know, you're getting, things are going to be, you know, moving forward and still built upon, able to be built upon. So this says, Archangel Michael, thank you for watching over my home and its inhabitants. I ask you post guardian angels at each window and door, ensuring its security. Thank you for guiding my finances so I can easily afford to pay my rent, mortgage, or taxes. So if it is about anxiety, about a practical decision, it looks like, you know, things are, you're fearing, what you're fearing and worrying about, you know, you're fearing more. You know what I'm trying to say? The fear is bigger than, it's not going to be that bad. Okay? You're going to be okay. And things are being, you know, rerouted and restructured as we get to the outcome here. So, and there is this breakthrough, and things do move forward. So I think you're okay. Try not to freak out too much. I love seeing that devil card in the fear place, because it really is saying that's just a fear. You don't have to worry. Okay, if this resonated with you, please leave comments below. If anyone wants to look at their own situation in depth, it's such a different thing with the private readings, because this is, I have to, like, you know, be so general with this right now. But with the private readings, it's all about your situation. So we go in deep, we get all the information we need. So you can email me at tara@tarastarot or book below. And I will see you guys next month. I hope you have a great July. Bye.